What's up, everybody?
What's going on, seasoned family?
Happy Thursday.
New year. It's a new one. We're in 2026.
2026 in
Who did,
this.
who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Right. 26. How are you?
I am doing well. I do
How'd
my
you bring
absolute
in the new,
best. What you say?
how'd you bring in the new year?
I got out a little bit. I went to a shindig at somebody's little, house and was all white. I had a little attitude because I don't like looking like people. So everybody had to wear all white. And I was like, I don't want to look like everybody. But, I guess it was cute for the pictures and all. But, I had a good time, danced good, had a good time. No complaints. What about you? How'd you bring yours in?
Because you had on all white does not mean you look like everybody, ma'am.
I don't like it. Mm-mm.
That does not mean that. Mine was chill and peaceful, brought it in kind of working, chill after work. So didn't do too much, didn't get out, didn't do anything exciting and fun. But hey, it was where I wanted to be in the
That's
house.
that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
and
And trust me, there were a few moments before I left the house when I was like, why did I say I was going to this? I was like, I sure could just stay right here in this house.
right. Why you sign up for that, huh?
Correct. But I had already bought my little ticket. I said, let me go ahead and go. It was a little chilly that night too. I was like, ooh, if,
Good.
if I was flaky, I would have flaked.
Right.
But you know what, good people? We're going to stop catching up and we are going to jump into our topic for tonight. And the topic for tonight is interesting, as we get into this beautiful age and stage of life. Who are you without the role that you played for years? And what do I mean by role? That could be anything. Like for many of us, adulthood meant stepping into a variety of roles. You could have been a spouse, a provider, a caretaker, the strong one, the fixer, or the leader. And in this episode, we're going to unpack what happens when those roles shift or end. Who are you when the title is gone? This is a powerful conversation about identity, reinvention, and reclaiming yourself, YOU, after the role is gone. So let's get into it.
Go.
All right. So, what role skill do you feel like you have played the longest in your life so far?
Um, it has to be the one that you and I have in common, as far as modeling.
Okay.
That has been the longest job, the longest role, the longest anything that I've done in my life is being a model. I still enjoy it, still love it, still, collect a check or two from time to time with it. So, it has molded and shaped my life in many ways.
Okay.
Many ways. What about you?
Uh, For me, I would have to say, motherhood because I started not like super early. I wasn't in high school or anything. Not that that's a problem, but just it was, even though I've been modeling, probably just as long, if not longer, but, being a mother, I've been somebody's mother for almost 33 years now. That's a long time. That's a long time. You know what I'm saying? And then I
We
know,
won't tell,
right?
we won't tell nobody.
It's all good. It's all good, baby. I'm proud of it, right? And so, it's been a good chunk of my life, and it was a game changer for sure for me. When that role came on the scene, it definitely changed the game.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. That is a big part of life for sure, and it will change things and you.
For
So
absolutely.
so I completely agree.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, how did that role shape your life and your identity, for better or worse?
I mean, like I said, I think I truly think I would have been, similar but different. It forced me to focus. It
Mm,
forced me to, grow up quicker. It forced me to consider things that I probably would not have been considering. I was 20 when I had my daughter, so, I had to jump into, you know, protector mode and mommy bear and making it happen and figuring stuff out, which is, usually not the case so much for the average 20-year-old. You're still kind of coming out those teenage years and chilling and playing and growing and all the things. So, I feel like like I said, for me, undoubtedly, it changed the game. I didn't do things at college like other people did because I had to, I definitely had my fun and lived my life. Luckily, I had a strong tribe around me. I was blessed to have my mother who was amazing. And she wasn't one of those type of mothers that was like, girl, you got yourself into the thing, do it yourself. Luckily, I didn't have that. So she was there to help me whenever I needed it. And so I still got to have a life and do college things, but I didn't do things like pledge and, stay on campus and things like that, that I probably may have done differently had I not been a mother. Um, there's a lot of things that I didn't do. Like once I became a mother and like I would be out with friends, I didn't like hop on the back of nobody's motorcycle. I'm like, I'm somebody's mama. I got to get home. I ain't got time to be playing with y'all. So there was just different things that I considered things differently because of my new role as a mother. And that has kind of been the case over the decades since I've been a mother and then started over after I was at the end of one road, I started over again. 15 years apart, I had another one. So yeah, it's been a long time and it's been the best job on earth. I've been blessed to be the mother of two amazing daughters, and one I completely raised and one is well on her way. So, what about you, sir? Which of your roles has shaped your identity that you feel?
I mean, it's still the same one. I would say that, modeling has taught me just how important a brand is,
Mhm.
and how I am a brand and knowing the worth of my brand. So with that being said, it taught me that, no matter where we are in life and no matter what aspect of life we're in, we have to understand that when we are out here in these streets, we are the only representation of ourselves that we get. You know what I mean? And that brand that we set forth, we can either
Mhm.
compensate it for it, or it can actually, do the complete opposite and, take away everything it is that we have. So,
Right.
you have that choice just like you have the choice to move forward everything else in life. When you step out that door, the way you represent yourself, no matter what that looks like, is either going to make you or break you. So, I try to make sure that I represent myself in the best light in every walk of life. Therefore,
Mhm.
I don't have to pay for anything it is that I do by, losing financially and or losing my freedom and or losing, what I mean, loved ones or life itself. So, what I mean, I think that's the biggest lesson that is taught me and it's stuck with me throughout my entire life. So I try to walk on that in every aspect that I can.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
For sure. But what about you good people out there? What has shaped your life? What has molded you to be who you are? And how do you all feel about that in the season land? Has it taught you to at this point in life that you ready to retire and you set yourself up for that? Have it set like Harmony said, has it, you being a parent molded you to be the best person that you can be? And be honest, y'all, because let's be clear, all of us ain't the best parents out there. Like it's a whole lot of kids running around out here doing some crazy stuff. Y'all don't want to take credit for that, but that doesn't make you the best parent. I'm just saying.
That part.
Out here running wild. But y'all let us know what part of your life and what aspect of your life has been the most rewarding, good or bad, or has molded you to be who you are at this point in life? We want to hear.
Man,
We want y'all to tell us. Wouldn't you like to
there
know?
I definitely wanna know. Y'all tell us, you know what I'm saying? Tell us, ask some questions. I'm sure y'all got something to say about something we said. So, drop a line, ask a question. You guys can always send us questions or topics that you want us to talk about. You can reach us at info@seasonedazf.com, and we would love to, answer your questions, and we might be able to invite some of you guys to be on the show. So holla.
We do have some guests coming up soon, so that will be fun. I would love to
Yes,
see some of the people that comment and write in to us be some of the ones that join us. I love
that's
that.
right. That's right.
All right. Well, I have a let the people know segment today. I
Okay,
don't
what
know.
you
I,
got?
I really I really like that one. I think it's, I think I'm doing a little something when I let somebody know something. I like that one.
Yeah. Excuse me. You be telling the people.
Yeah, yeah. This one, I don't know if you're aware of this one or not, Harmony, but we gonna see if you know and see if the people know.
Okay, let's see.
I would like to speak about our sister, Coco Gauff. Coco Gauff has changed the game for those that don't know. And when I say change the game, I don't just mean change the game of tennis. She has now made Black women's stock go up more than it had before last year ended. 2026, she brought it in right. She brought it in
Okay.
a way, showing everyone that that her worth and Black women's worth will not be denied. And what I mean by that is, she is now signed one of the highest paid contracts out of any athlete ever.
Oh, that's awesome.
And what she did to do it was pretty much gangster, as we like to say.
What she do?
So she's had a contract with BMW for almost her entire career, even before she could even was old enough to even drive, pretty much. Um,
Okay.
but she had a contract with BMW. BMW wanted to use her likeness and use her face and use her power and her celebrity and her influence
Mm-hmm.
to make their money. Yes,
That's what they do.
that's how most contracts work. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
Coco simply said, "Hey, I want to be on the board. I want to have a say in what my likeness and my face and my voice does moving forward."
Mm-hmm.
And BMW said, "Mm-mm, no, no, no. We just want you to sit back and be the athlete and be quiet and let us do what we do with BMW and do it our brand."
Uh-huh.
So Coco didn't like that. She said, "Oh, okay. Well, how about I don't need your contract and I don't need your money," and walked away from it. Mercedes then said, "Oh, Coco, we don't mind. We would love your influence, and we would love to hear your voice, and we would love for you to sit on the board and have direction and give us some insight on where we would want to go." So $90 million later,
Woo!
she signed her contract. Well done, sis. Well done. Well done.
Definitely well
So
done.
ladies, fight for your worth. Know your worth. Do not let your voice be denied. Do not let your brand and your image be denied. If you got something to say and you want to be heard and you know that you can make a difference outside of just what you look like and just outside of what your abilities are, if you know you got a good brain up there and you can make a difference, speak up on it. It just
That's a good one.
might get you $90 million.
Okay, we'll take it. That's a good one. Good one. Good one, Skip Lorenzo. Thank you so much for sharing. I know that tennis is your thing, so it definitely did not surprise me when you brought her up. I know who she is and I know that she's a tennis player, but I was not aware of what you shared. So thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Hopefully that insight that gave all of you sisters out there some insight on just your worth and knowing what that is and learning something about Coco and what she did for the game. So again, kudos to you, Coco Gauff. And I thank you for what you just did for our sisters by signing that
That's
contract,
right.
ladies,
We
and
thank you. We thank you.
up what we get paid as well as having a seat at the table.
That's
Can
right. That seat at the table oftentimes is more than the cash in the bank. So you got
absolutely.
to, a lot of people don't understand that, but kudos to her. And thank you again for sharing. So, our seasoned family, if this episode spoke to your journey in any way, make sure you share it with somebody who's also in transition. We ask that you please follow us, subscribe, stay connected, and always stay seasoned as if. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Yes.